FRISCO, the Dallas Cowboys really want the media to know that their aggressive pursuit of a trade for defensive end Robert Quinn has nothing to do with the current negotiations stalemate with DeMarcus Lawrence and agent David Canter. In fact, it's actually Lawrence and the agent, with whom the Cowboys presently have a prickly relationship, who Dallas wants to hear its gentle message. And yet, again, in fact, the interest in Quinn has plenty to do with the plans for Tank. In the most optimistic and simplistic way, the envisioned plan would be for longtime sackmaster Quinn to play left end and for Pro Bowler Lawrence to man his familiar right end spot, where he is uniquely productive as an all-around performer, thus Dallas' use of the $20.5 million tag to maintain contractual control while the parties face a July 15th deadline to get a long-term deal done. Looking that way, Dallas is not trying to replace Tank with Quinn, but that is different than suggesting they are not intertwined. The Cowboys wish to ruffle no Tank feathers here. Again, Quinn would jump ahead of Randy Gregory on the depth chart, not jump ahead of Lawrence. But if Dallas can win the bidding on Quinn, a Tuesday visitor to the Star who sources tell me would like to get an extension from the Cowboys, or from another supposed pursuer, the Saints, by possibly having to sacrifice as much as a third-round pick to outduel that suitor, they will have added quality at the position. Just in case. Sidebar, I say, supposed, because it's possible the Saints' interest is a bit of a bluff on the part of the Quinn camp. We shall see. Quinn, about to turn 29 in May, once compiled 40 sacks over the course of 3 seasons. His cap hit in Miami is $11.8 million, and the Dolphins are willing to sell him off by also keeping part of his money on their cap. It's an NBA-style trade with ballast proposal, and the same technique Miami used to ship QB Ryan Tannehill to Tennessee. The Cowboys are fine with that, and both teams, I'm told, are also fine with the idea of the pick coming in 2020. Additionally, in the event Quinn plays and then leaves via free agency, Dallas can justify swapping a 3rd or 4th rounder here, assuming that it will get a compensatory pick at that time. Quinn had 6.5 sacks for Miami last season. That's not world-beater stuff, but it puts him ahead of what Dallas' other left ends have produced. The Cowboys are intrigued enough to have spent all day Tuesday with him. They sat down to lunch with him inside Cowboys Club with defensive bosses Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard, the threesome later being joined by higher-up Will McClay. See my scoop inside the Quinn business lunch. Here, Quinn's visit is a continuation of a moving and shaking start of the week here at the Star. The Cowboys' dealings with Eric Berry also occurred Tuesday. Cowboys visitors on Monday included Randall Cobb, the former Green Bay Packers star receiver, and he signed a 1-year, $5 million deal on Tuesday. Earlier the Cowboys signed Texans defensive lineman Christian Covington and Lions defensive lineman Kerry Hyder. Are those guys directly tied to Tank? The Cowboys aren't concerned that anyone would view things that way, but they are sensitive to how the world views their serious, one source's term, dealings with Quinn. So let's look at it this way: an acquisition of Robert Quinn and the signing of Tank Lawrence will mean defensive and teammates. But the acquisition of the former without the signing of the latter will mean defensive and insurance.